Hello, we are here at ARC Industry Forum 2017 in Orlando, Florida. I'm delighted to have Greg Bentley with us today. Greg is the CEO of Bentley Systems, a leading supplier of engineering tools. Welcome, Greg.
Gladly. Thank you for inviting us here, Andy.
Yeah.
Cheers.
This morning, Greg, we had an extensive discussion about what is a digital enterprise, or what is going digital is all about. Could you perhaps talk about what does it mean to you?
Well, here at the ARC Forum, we're talking about realizing the digital enterprise. That is, making it real, as far as those of us in the supply chain can help with that. That process we can call going digital, and that would mean different things to different accounts. I suppose from a software vendor, one might otherwise hear, well, that means moving to the cloud. But we know things are not moving, they're being supplemented, they're being connected, but users of infrastructure engineering software have the opportunity to take advantage of new form factors of connecting and computing in their going digital. What it means is, I think in your ARC survey today, you showed that for many of the major accounts, it's an opportunity to actually to improve their business model. I mentioned the case of Danfoss in the supply chain, whom have gone from being in the business of refrigerators to refrigeration with their remote monitoring services using our AssetWise Amulet software for thousands of supermarkets. It was the industrial Internet of Things before it was known as that, and their advancement will be described here. If we think of owner-operators, a case of Shell, going digital for them can mean advanced work packaging and construction so that they have visibility into a distributed construction across the world, and their EPC's tool time is improved to reduce the risk and shorten the projects. For engineers at large, going digital can mean some new opportunities, some new activities. We talk about, for instance, conceptioneering at the very beginning of a project, to constructioneering, combining continuously surveyed reality modeling context before projects begin, and then during construction and into operations, the immersive contextual models for, we could then say, during the life cycle, inspectioneering, where engineers participate in inspection workflows remotely, and being able to utilize the digital engineering models to help make better maintenance and operations decisions. All of those for different accounts in the 5 streams here at the ARC Forum are examples of going digital, where we're not the ones going digital. We're here to help these accounts and user organizations in their going digital.
Yeah. Greg, I really like the way you explain IT, OT, and ET integration, convergence, and so forth, and we've been talking about this integration for some time now. How does all of this relate to going digital?
Well, we would say information mobility has been something that's been a subject for a few years, and mobility is obviously something for people when they're using information, but the mobility of the information is the opportunity in this convergence. And the notion that in realizing the digital enterprise starts with an IT digital footprint, obviously. The new opportunity, for instance, availed with Siemens MindSphere is the OT opportunity to acquire through a cloud service, and conveniently and simply the real-time information feeds. But my premise has been that the combination of those both gives you big data, but not necessarily big insights. For that, we want to avail the work product of the engineers who have designed the plant and facility to start with, because they considered alternatives and optioneered the plant for various scenarios. Their work, we can say, is captured in digital engineering models. Now, those may be 3D models, they may be schematics, they may be work packages, and so forth. Our contribution at Bentley Systems can be to complete this convergence by adding ET come home, if you like, so that the work of the engineers is serving as the digital DNA during the operations and maintenance life cycle of the assets they've engineered. It really feels like this time is ripe now, and this may be the first year that we've talked about that three-legged convergence.
Yeah, I agree. Great. Last year, you really strengthened your relationship with Siemens, where they made some investment in Bentley Systems. Could you talk about why did you go that route, and how is that important to Bentley Systems?
Well, Siemens is a significant co-participant with us in the supply chain for industrial owners and infrastructure owners generally, with their footprint across the world and across all types of infrastructure. The principal investment being made is a joint investment on the part of Bentley Systems and Siemens in cooperative software development, leveraging, if you like, two complementary types of digital engineering models. In our case, the physical digital engineering models that result from and during CapEx, and on Siemens' part, the functional engineering models behind the automation and instrumentation and behaviors of infrastructure assets and networks. If you like, we're bringing another dimension to the functional and typically 2D characteristics of digital engineering models that Siemens has internally used. And together, we're presenting offerings through cloud services that either of us can offer. And starting with MindSphere, by the way, as the OT layer, kind of a very modern, very open, very interoperable. It's possible for us to work with Siemens in this independent way because Siemens has prioritized openness and interoperability in everything they've done now with MindSphere, but prior to that in the way that they've done their automation and controls environments. So it's a terrific opportunity to raise the game in engineering to this integrated engineering opportunity. Incidentally, you are right that Siemens has also invested in some Bentley stock, and that's not a direct investment. We began the process of an IPO, initial public offering of our stock in 2015. That's been delayed and deferred because the market hasn't been hospitable in that regard. Siemens has been able to take advantage of a head start on that, if you like, in that we use the NASDAQ private market for those of our colleagues, for instance, retiring, to offer their stock for sale, and Siemens has done some of that in terms of an investment. But the principal investment we're both making is our sleeves rolled up between our teams and their teams across the divisions of Siemens, working on going digital and helping in realizing the digital enterprise.
Bentley Systems has always been a very innovative company. You always take the lead. And yesterday in the press conference, again, you have some new terms like industrializing BIM, and maybe in digital DNA. Could you talk about what do you mean by industrializing BIM?
Well, Andy, the term BIM has become commonly known across infrastructure at large. It originally meant building information modeling. What it mainly signifies these days is the intention to make assets smarter and cities smarter, for instance, by utilizing what I'll call the digital engineering models to a greater extent in operations, which require they be used in construction. And the notion of industrializing BIM, on the one hand, implies and connotes those same ambitions here in the industrial space, but to me it even more so means bringing industrial processes and benefits to the process of project delivery for capital projects. So that would be a matter of componentizing that which we can fabricate. It would be modularizing. It would be repeating. It would be work packages, things that are the subject of manufacturing but have been elusive in the CapEx process for industrial assets and infrastructure assets, and cloud services and the information mobility that can enable can bring industrial scale benefits to both industry and infrastructure at the same time, if you like. Then the notion of leveraging the digital DNA, the engineers' work during maintenance and operation. Their cloud services for asset lifecycle information management are of the essence as well. Now we have products project-wise and asset-wise. In our Connect edition, we say they have a connected data environment to ensure that CapEx models are used during OpEx to improve TOTEX. Again, to realize, make real the benefits of the digital enterprise.
Yeah. Greg, these are great ideas. Bentley always been very innovative, and again, you are bringing some of these new ideas to the market to help your customers. We have been speaking with Greg Bentley, CEO of Bentley Systems. Thank you for watching.